lawful wedded husband.
To be my...
Albertine. Help Albertine's heart. With a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts being third rate, but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see you.
I baptized myself the slut of Springfield!
Son of a bitch in heat. I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey everybody, it's me, Nikki. Hey everybody. Coming in here, I would say early, but just getting in here quicker than I would normally because about the TV. Not the TV. The app is giving me issues, so I wanted to be in here just a little bit ahead of schedule. Just in case I need to pull it up on the TV. Lord, this app knows how to ruin a good time. Oh, it may not be the app. It might actually be the Wi-Fi. Huh. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Hold on. We might have to do mute on mute. Look around, everybody on mute. Child, Miss Anita is nervous about what's going on. I'm trying to pull this up on. Give me a second, because until I get the app working, we're going to be working with the TV. So Miss Anita is nervous. Okay, so Miss Anita is nervous. She's like the last thing she wants to do. Even though they had all these rehearsals and they've done everything. Yeah, my Wi-Fi, something ain't right with it. Something's going wrong with it. But Miss Anita is like, after all the rehearsals that they've done, after everything they've done, and they're reading articles about um the reunion, she's like, after everything that has happened, I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if it's going to turn out the way we want it to turn out. She's very like pessimistic, or I hope that's the word. If not, I got my words mixed up. But child, let's continue. Okay, so Chelsea then came to the Grand's house. Okay, because I'm behind. Like Wi-Fi is acting up, so that I'm having a hard time with everything. Like I don't get what's going on. It's fine on this phone and everything, but every other thing is just like super duper messy right now. So y'all bear with me. But no, so Chelsea came down to see Miss Anita, and she was like, "Hey, I know I'm late. I'm here. Mind you, Miss Anita is at the country club with Daddy Dupree. They having breakfast and all that stuff. So it's just like she's not there. But who is there? Cocked Wig and Miss Tracy, and they're rehearsing. And Cocked Wig, aka Sharon, is a fan of Chelsea. And Chelsea was like, "Oh my God, it's the Articulates! Oh my God!" And they were like, "Oh my God, Chelsea knows us." And Sharon's like, "I've been following your career. I have been following you, girl." And Tracy was like, "Yeah." So much so that when she started following you, she started exfoliating her lips. And it's just like, girl, ain't nothing wrong with a lip exfoliation. Because when the lips get dry and cracked, that's what you gonna need. That's what you gonna need. And they're just talking about how, maybe no. Chelsea was like, "Do y'all mind if I get some like footage of y'all?" And they were like, "Cool, cool, cool. Get some footage of us. Have it, for the younger generation and all those great things." And like have it for the younger generation, garner their attention, maybe, get a little corner of our history, the voices that were destined to be together. And the seamstress comes in, and it was like, "Okay, Chelsea, check out what they supposed to be wearing tonight." Baby Chelsea took a look at them outfits in that garment bag and was like, let I was always taught, if you ain't got nothing to say, what who don't say nothing at all. That's the type of time Chelsea is on. And I was like, "Chelsea, I'm not even mad at you." Child, bear with me, okay? It's gonna be a long one. No, Kat does not know about the Martin situation because when Nicole was gonna tell her, no, Kat nor Chelsea, they don't know. Nobody has told Chelsea, and Kat doesn't know because when Nicole was going to tell her, that's when Jacob popped up at the house questioning her about going 1-800 choke that hoe on Wiggy Wonder. Y'all gotta bear with me, child. The Wi-Fi is not Wi-Fi in around here. I do not understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, I don't get it whatsoever. Girl, let me tell you something. So Naomi went over there to see, Dani. And Dani is like, "Okay, what you think of this outfit? Is it giving the daughter, a supermodel daughter of a singing sensation? Tell me." And she was like, "Oh no." She was like, "You know what? That's fine. I'm gonna find me something new because maybe what, Miss Anita is doing will help me." when it comes to my career and help boost my energy up and help me get back on the runway. Because I don't know if Dani knows this, she getting on that runway whether she like it or not. She gonna walk the runway like we told her to walk the runway. She gonna do it like we showed her to do it. She's getting back on that runway. I've been saying that since the very beginning of the show. She was gonna get back on that runway. Anyway, she said, okay, well, I'm gonna change my outfit. Naomi, you gonna change yours? And she was like, well, maybe something with a little coverage, to help me cover up the fact that I have this marriage ending secret that I'm keeping from my husband. Oh, I like secrets. What's the secret? Oh, it's about Martin and the fact that, I understand that what happened with Martin and Granddad it was like clear self-defense, but for my own father to murder someone or facilitate unaliving? Dani said, what? Dani said, who? What you talk about? What you talk about? Unaliving? Girl, what? Yeah, she's going to the concert. That was in the previews. So at this moment in time where I'm in the episode, Martin and Nicole are about to start their first session, and she's like, well, you need to tell me what you want and what you want to get out of this. Okay, so far, because child, I'm watching, we have to take it back to the primitive days. Not really primitive. Something's going on with my Wi-Fi, but then also something was going on with the Paramount app. So at this point, everybody is kind of like getting ready for the concert for the reunion. Naomi has dropped the tea that Evil Genuine had a hand in the unaliving and Stan's car. um Chelsea has met the other articulates, and she done took a look at their outfits and made it look like this ain't it. Like my grand ain't getting on stage wearing this, and by extension, y'all not getting on stage wearing this. I think okay. Miss Anita is like worried about the concert. If the concert will go off without a hitch, if it's gonna be something crazy, is it gonna work? Kat doesn't know about the Martin situation. Chelsea doesn't know about the Martin situation. Andre does not know about the Martin situation. And Martin was talking about how in his first session with Nicole, what does he want? Like, what do you want to do? Because she was like, this should have happened 2 years ago. But what do you want? He was like, honestly, all I want to do is fix my marriage. Like, I'm doing all this specifically to fix my marriage because he wants Smitty back. He does. Oh, child, please. Baby, now little sabbatical being the one to tell Kat about the whole Martin situation. Now I wonder if she gonna tell him about, like, tell the secret about what happened on that dark stormy night in that sundown town, or is she just gonna tell her that Martin and Smitty have separated. Point blank in the period, Kat don't know. Okay, just know that Kat, okay, she don't know about that dark and stormy night. She don't know about that. And this whole time, Lil Sabbatical has this look on her face like, I want to be anywhere but here. I could be a million miles away. Like, I do not want to be in this moment. That is the look Lil Sabbatical was given. And Kat is just like, okay, we're doing all these things for the purse. What if you do like a day in a life? And she's explaining it. First of all, Kat has a really good business mind, especially for marketing. She has a really good business mind for marketing. And she was explaining like, oh, we can show how the bag goes from day to night, and it's also multi-purposeful, and it's so tiny that you wouldn't think about it at first. And she's like giving all these ideas, and Sabbatical looks like highly upset, and she's like, what's going on with you? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought I got better, like I thought I could be like you. And she was like, be like me what? Oh, pretending everything's okay. And I was like, ooh, girl, now she slapped you with your own logic. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's messy. Okay, Chelsea had to come in and revamp the outfits because they was giving Tide, they was giving Stella, they was giving Rundown, they was giving Run Through, they was giving real not vintage in a good way. So Chelsea is like, listen, y'all trying to go for a younger audience. Y'all don't want transistor radio audience. Y'all want the earbud audience. And one way to catch the new audience's attention is with the outfits. And it's just like, well, you know, the new audience likes something shiny. They do. They like something bright and shiny and something new. So Chelsea get to work. She get on her little iPad, she get to sketching, and in a quick little time lapse, because it needs to be a quick little turnaround. Okay, we go from one moment to the seamstress was like, listen, if I hadn't seen it myself, I wouldn't have believed it. And they got the outfits together. Now Sharon and Tracy is happy about it, and so is the seamstress and Chelsea. But they was like, one opinion we did not consider is Miss Anita's, and Miss Anita gonna get you, Chelsea. She gonna get you. Oh girl, she gonna be so bad. And I was like, oh, I love my people. I do. I love my people so much. Okay, come through, Chelsea. Okay, so Daddy Dupree had to eat up Miss Anita just a little bit because she's worried about why the agent wants to speak to the girls. And she's like, maybe he's trying to say, like, a blizzard is coming, or a hydrant broke, or something like that that's going to keep us from performing. She's very much being a Debbie Downer on this whole reunion thing because she's just worried about the worst possible, you know, things that could happen to put an end to it before it can even start. So Daddy Dupree is like, you could always go back to like arranging flowers or fixing hemlines like you used to do back in the day before you had to get on stage and perform. Let's be clear on something. This is what you wanted, this is what you were going to get, and you're going to have an amazing time while doing it. And he's just doing what he usually does, speaking life into her, boosting her ego up, letting her know she is loved and cared about, and to stop worrying. Because if you keep worrying, you're gonna get wrinkles. Okay, it's not a good time. It's not a good time had by all. It's really not. Child, Smitty over there with little Tiberius, and he's like, okay, so your sister is already with Chelsea and Kat, so you'll see her there. I'm gonna drop you off at the Howard later, and then I'll like you text me and pick me up. You text me to come pick you up, and Tiberius was like, so you're not coming? And he was like, oh no, you know I'm busy. I have so much stuff to do. He was like, this house is clean. You were just over here making chores for yourself. The house is clean around here. Oh no. Oh, I didn't mean I have, you know, work to do around the house. I mean, I have like work. I need to send emails out, correspondence, and different things like that. And Low Tiberius is like, it was one fight. You doing all this over one fight because the kids don't know everything that was happening. Like they have like they think they know, but they do not know. And Smitty was like, it was a big fight. It might have been one fight, but it was a big fight. And ultimately, it was a big fight. But Smitty, you kind of operating like Nicole right now. You're kind of operating like Nicole. After everything happened, she threw Kunek's head out the house, and she's been doing everything but trying to fix the situation or work on it. If not fix it, well, honestly, you're not the one who broke it. But if not fix it, at least be willing to listen and hear, and instead of trying to isolate yourself, which is also what Nicole did. And Tidarius is like, so you don't think Granny's gonna be upset that you missed her performance? Oh, she'll understand. No, she won't. Oh no, she won't. She gonna take this to heart. You missed my performance because of everything that happened. I am so sorry. That's the type of time we on. Smitty, while I love you dearly, and I would like for you to get the hell away from Martin, you still love that man dirty draws, and you was willing to stick behind him through anything. So get it together. Martin has come to the understanding that, with Nicole's help, that he saved Daddy Dupree, and Daddy Dupree, he saved Daddy Dupree from getting beat down by them people on that road, and that Daddy Dupree saved him by covering it up. But by covering it up and doing all this, humans, as she says, we show love and we make decisions, and some of those decisions might be the most damaging things ever in the name of love, which is what Martin did. Martin decided to save his grandfather in the name of love. Daddy Dupree decided to save his grandson in the name of love. And because Martin loves Smitty so much, he decided, well, I'm not going to tell him because this protects him. And then he could still see me as this innocent, good person. However, he didn't pack my bags because he knew what happened on that night where I was putting fist to feet on folks and, hey, better, swing. No, he didn't do that. He packed my bags and threw me out of my own house in front of my children because I lied to him. The years of lies just caught up, and he wants nothing to do with me. threw me out the house, wants nothing to do with me. But I love him so much, and the only thing I want, and the only place I want to be at this current moment is in my bed with my man. Now, how do I fix this? That is a good question. Now, I don't think Nicole would be the person to help you try to fix this because, well, Nicole ain't fixed her own relationship. She herself wants to be back in her bed with her man, and she ain't made it back there yet. And I'm so far behind a lot of people, so bear with me. So Danny finds out, or no, Danny found out about Evil Genuine um being behind the unaliving of the bigoted busboy. And she's like, I don't get why they told you before they told me. If I'm such a like this family, I don't know if to laugh or cry with them. And if I'm such a liability, I wish they would tell me to my face. And Naomi really has to break it down. She was like, for the reason they told me is because of Jacob. And she's like, what? He's a cop. They thought that I could either handle him or I could tell them if he was on the right track of all of this. And she was like, okay, so I didn't think of it that way. But she was like, it makes sense on why, Evil Genuine was all, types of jacked up after the press conference that never was. So when we were sitting in this situation, she was like, at least we know he has some type of feelings after planning a hit on somebody. But honestly, it comes down to the fact that Danny girl, not everybody is going to tell everybody everything. You wish everybody would tell y'all everything, but sometimes y'all get a little boozy and become boozy Susies and want to tell the business, okay? Now I'm saying you're going to become a boozy Susie, but you got to watch out for the folk. You do. Did I forget to mention, I forgot to mention when Danny was talking to Naomi, she was telling her, you don't let your marriage have problems. Y'all are the last marriage standing in this family. Y'all cannot have problems. Get it together, be better, do better. Y'all can't break up. Y'all can't break up. So she is trying to tell Naomi, girl, let's be clear on something. Y'all marriage is the last standing decree marriage. Let it be great. Let it be good. Now, Sabbatical ain't told Kat that the reason why Smitty and Martin are no longer, locked in tight like this, tighter than a new weed, going back like 4 flats on a Cadillac. She didn't tell her that, the assault situation and everything. She didn't tell her about that. But she just explained that, hey, they broke up and both of them are hurting. Both of them are miserable without each other. So it's a no-win situation right now because both are miserable. Both of us are lonely. Both of us are crying in a lonely bed. Okay, shout out to Apple. Staring at the ceiling. Wishing we were somewhere else instead. Okay, that's the type of time they're on. So when she said they're both miserable, Kat was like, I feel so dumb. I feel like I haven't been attentive enough. Like when I saw him, I was going on and on about Tomas and going on about my pathetic life. Like I haven't been paying attention to what's going on. Which, see, that defeats the Kat don't care about nobody but herself thing. Because ultimately she was like, how did I miss my brother and my brother-in-law going through something? And listen, Lil Sabbatical asked Kat, how can I fix this? How can I put them back together? Because obviously Kat knows, as a person whose parents' marriage just exploded, how serious this is. But Sabbatical wants to know how she can get her parents back together, okay? Okay, so talking to sitting down with Martin, not even sitting down, they're still talking in his therapy session. And he's like, how do I fix my marriage? And Nicole is like, you gotta take baby steps. Now see, it seems like somebody should be taking their own advice, Nicole. Seems like someone should be taking their own advice, but I also think she needs her own damn therapist anyway. But that's just me. What the hell do I know? Anyway, he was like taking baby steps, and she's asking him, how's your sleep? And he's like, not good. Sleep is not a good, it's not going. And she was like, okay, still nightmares, still having insomnia. There are ways to handle this. He's like, first point blank in the period, I'm not taking pills. Know that. Know that. I'm not taking pills. That's the type of time he on. Okay, Team Jesus, Team Soldiers for Christ. That's the team I'm on. He said he's not taking pills. So she was like, okay, cool. Then you can do some breathing exercises for insomnia. They work. Child, I'm gonna have to look this up because I have had bad insomnia for the past couple weeks. Let me tell y'all something. I did not go to bed until 6 o'clock this morning. I'm running off about 3-4 hours of sleep. That is what's happening in my life at this current moment. So yeah, insomnia is real, y'all. Anyway, she starts to do the breathing exercises with him, and Dani rolls in. Y'all having insomnia too? Child, I don't know what it is. Something going on in the world just irked them. Like my vibration and my chakras aren't aligned right now with what's going on in the world, and I feel like it's keeping me up. I'm gonna figure out these breathing exercises. Anyway, as he's sitting, don't forget to breathe and stretch every now and then. Don't forget to stretch and breathe, okay? And yes, you breathe every day, but just don't forget to take a deep breath. So as he's doing this, Dani come in. She was like, never fear. I am here to get the party started. I got some new outfits. What y'all trying to do? I'm about to turn these frowns upside down. So I'm about to turn these pouts into smiles. Oh, hello. And they both look like, damn, Dani. Okay, so not Chelsea. Naomi has gone down to find Chelsea at her mama house because she went to the guest house where everybody is, working and doing business. And she was like, "I'm looking for Chelsea," but Chelsea is up at Daddy and Miss Anita's house, Daddy Dupree and Miss Anita's house, trying to get videos for the girls. So they're talking, and Naomi asked Little Sabbatical, how you feeling? She was like, first it was Aunt Dani and Uncle Evil Genuine, and that was from a distance, so you really didn't feel no below there. Then it was Grandma and Grandpa, which was 100% unexpected, and now it's my dad's, and it's just like, what the hell is going on? And everybody's like, it should be okay. But Sabbatical was like, maybe the Dupree should just stop falling in love. Maybe love ain't for us. And Kat was like, you know what? You might be right. Love might not be for us. And listen, Naomi was like, and what fun would that be? But Naomi was like, not Naomi. Kat told Naomi, you and Jacob got the secret sauce. Y'all need to teach us what, a long, happy marriage looks like. And Naomi was like, girl, not me, the Grands. You gotta talk to them. I love these moments where you can see the family interacting with each other and having a good time. Because honestly, when you think about the Dupree family, it's mostly women. It's mostly women in that family. So really got to have these conversations with the girls. I love it. Now Chelsea don't get them women to lying. So Chelsea is interviewing the girls and asking them questions. And Miss Tracy has traveled all over the world, singing in different clubs, headlining, and those great things. She's been living her best life. Her voice has taken her all over the places she dreamt about as a girl. When it comes to Sharon, Sharon is a vocal coach and she's a choir director, and she says the happy is she is when she's leading her choir. Just hearing the voices intermingling, going through the rafters and all those things, she loves it. Now the church she is a choir director at is a staple on the south side of Chicago. Okay, it's been there forever. Let Miss Tracy tell it and let Miss Sharon tell it. Tracy comes sashaying in when she is in Chicago on a good Sunday, you know, there to listen to the music, there to praise the Lord, but also she looking for her a solo. And I was like, girl, not you looking for you a solo. But they talk about how, they've been sisters forever and they've been close. And then Chelsea asked them about Miss Anita. And it's like, don't get them to lying. Don't get them to lying about how close they were. Because baby, they not. They have not been close in years. They have been beefed out for a couple years. Don't get them girls to lie in Chelsea. It's not a good look. Sharon do act like a mean church lady. I know a couple mean church ladies like Sharon. Daddy Dupree looking like a proud husband. Daddy Dupree acting like a proud husband. Because missing the agent is like, you know, you never do X, Y, and Z, and I know how you feel about taking requests, but you got the articulate fans, you got your fans. How about you give them a solo tonight? And Daddy Dupree is like, oh, that would make me happy. She was like, boy, hush, you get a solo every night, anytime you want. Anytime, in a place I don't care who's around. That's the type of time they on. And she turned that man down. She said no. She was like, no, I'm not doing a solo. And that's where all the people in the back who think Miss Anita is so goddamn selfish. That's where all the people who think Miss Anita is so goddamn selfish. Miss Anita turned down a solo when she could have been selfish like they claimed she was all those years ago. But once again, they were grown ass women when they followed her, so I don't care. But Miss Anita was like, no, this night belongs to all of us. It belongs to the articulates. I'm not about to do this with y'all. No solos. No. Child, let me tell y'all something. First of all, okay, so Chelsea is recording the girls, and the girls do lie for Miss Anita, but they are telling some truth. Like, family does drift apart. You know, life takes you in different directions, different things happen, so you drift apart, and then eventually you come back together and you build new memories, which is exactly what they're doing. So they also sing a little doo-wop ditty for, you know, Chelsea and the people, and Chelsea is promoting them. Now, shout out to Miss Anita, because once again, the people swear my girl is selfish. They swear my girl is selfish as Miss Anita, when she came into the house, her and Daddy Dupree, they was listening. And then when Chelsea was like, "Can y'all sing a little something?" Now the people who claim Miss Anita is so goddamn selfish, if she was selfish, she would have popped up and started singing too. But she didn't. She waited till it was over. She waited till Chelsea stopped the no. I don't think Chelsea had stopped recording when they gave them a round of applause. But Chelsea was like, "Okay, cool. I'll see y'all later." She really liked the girls. She does. And they were telling Miss Anita, because Miss Anita was worried about the costumes, and they were like, "So we had a little help, you know, a fashionista named Chelsea. She had to go ahead and style the hell out of them outfits. No offense, Mr. Former Senator and everything." And she was like, "My granddaughter did this," and she was like, "Y'all don't like," but Daddy Dupree was like, "You don't like it?" She was like, "No, she's so talented." Which then, you know, Daddy Dupree was like, "That's because she a Dupree." And Tracy and Sharon was like, "Nah, because she's a Williams." That's exactly how Miss Anita was when she was Chelsea's age. And they just started reminiscing, and they were like, you know, we back together. So many things have changed. We've grown up. Our voices have taken us in different directions. And Miss Anita was like, "I wish I could go back." Like, she thanks them for giving her the opportunity to make up with them and fix the relationship. She wished she can go back and fix things with Barbara, and wish Barbara was here and just, you know, undo some things. But Tracy was like, "Nah, I wouldn't want that, because undoing certain things or deciding to make different decisions would have changed our lives completely. Like, maybe you and Mr. Daddy Dupree wouldn't have gotten married. Maybe y'all wouldn't have had the kids y'all had. Maybe Tracy wouldn't have been able to travel the world singing, or Sharon wouldn't have become a vocal coach. Probably wouldn't have happened if y'all would have stayed on the track that y'all was staying on." But the girl says the Articulates 2.0, and they finna hit the stage, and when they hit that stage, they're gonna put on a goddamn show. Hello. Danny is like, "I got these outfits together. Nicole forgot about the concert. Martin ain't trying to go because he going through so much." And she was like, baby, something carp something that you're supposed to do. Basically, it's what CEOs and serial unalivers do. Get it together, turn your brains off for one night. Let's go have us a good old fashioned fun good time, and don't worry about nothing. Now Nicole might be easy to convince, but Martin over here, I'm like, I can't because Smitty is not with me. I can't. And it's just like, oh my God, you go have a little fun for one night. I want to club him and Smitty over the head, because y'all is getting on my nerve. Y'all working my nerve. You're working the last bit nerve I got left. I can't have fun because I'm so upset that this person doesn't want me. And it's just like, first of all, what the people of different strokes. Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. Well, it may not be for few, may not be right for some. Okay, that does not mean your life stopped. Okay, just because you going through something does not mean the world stops spinning. Does not mean everybody on the outside don't keep going. Y'all are having issues right now, but y'all are gonna go to this concert and have a good time, or somebody getting cussed out. Baby, shout out to little Tidarius. He ate Smitty up. Smitty is like, I don't want to go. I'm not ready. Once again, it's just like, it's really not that hard to go and have fun while life is spinning out of control for you. It's really not that hard. I get that people think it's really hard, but it's not that hard to at least have some semblance of happiness while life is spinning on its axis. And you know, Tadarius is like, do you think I want to go hang out with Pop even though I'm still mad at him? Do you think I want to do that? I don't. He said it. He said, you think I want to hang out with him? You think I want to hang out with him when I'm still upset with him? I don't. But you always told us not to back down from the hard stuff. And at this current moment, you backing down from the hard stuff and you're not showing up for family because you feel some type of way. It's given like I looked up to the wrong person. I said, oh, goddamn. Oh, goddamn. The children are eating y'all up today. I mean, listen, this is what happened when you raise very opinionated, very self-assured, very possibly well-adjusted, well-functioning, you know, humans. This is what happened, okay? And they seem to be kind of emotionally intelligent as well. So, you know, that's the type of time we're on with them. But y'all kids need to get some discernment about themselves because obviously they like to put themselves in danger. You're in danger, Molly. You're in danger. Listen, I love me some Dani. Dani was like, y'all going to this concert. Dani said, y'all going to this concert. And, you know, Nicole was like, she'll be fine for one night where I'm going to put her feelings ahead of put her feelings in the top 10 list of what I care about right now, especially the way her and father kept, you know, me in the dark about my child. And she was like, see, this is what happens when you don't act out during your teenage years. Okay, this petulant tantrum that you are having is honestly a resemblance of when you didn't act out as a kid. If it was me, Dani, doing this, oh y'all throw a fit. Y'all would give me a stern talking too. But hey, I hope you know and you get ready for whatever feeling she gonna have towards you. Oh, the look she gives when she's ready to devour somebody whole while she's smiling. No, the one where she loves on you and hugs you, all the while hiding just how hurt she is, and it's gonna carry on for the rest of your life. So yeah, you gonna put on this damn dress. That was one down. Now it's one to go. And if you're not front row center with the rest of the family, it's going to be unforgivable. That will be your new name. Unforgivable. Now one down, another one to go. Dani about to work her magic. Everybody about to be at this concert. And if you act up, if you act crazy, if you try to play with Dani, she going to run down on you double time. And I have no problem with this because it's just like, y'all are upset over this situation. But for some reason, somehow, y'all just won't be happy for a night. I ask myself why we can't get closer. Y'all just gotta let yourselves have fun for one night and then go back to being all hurt and sad and everything. People deserve to have a little happiness and joy in their life at some point in time. it has been a couple of weeks since he got put out. Y'all gonna have these conversations at some point. And they don't hate you. They worried about y'all, but they don't hate y'all. Well, specifically, Smitty, they don't hate you. Now Chelsea then came back, and the girls are still down to the studio slash office slash guest house slash apartment, and they asked her how was the interview, and she was like, Graham wasn't there, so I had an intimate conversation with Sharon and Tracy. I filmed it with the Chelsea Cat logo there the entire time. Okay, that's a businesswoman, and it was like great pivot. Now we all know the rest of the girls, aka Chelsea and Sabbatical, who work for the company. It's just like, yay, great, and it's just like, okay, so what's the issue, girl? It's a family drama, okay? It's family stuff. We are happy, but it's family stuff. And Chelsea was like, see, y'all gotta get y'all gotta get on the winning team. Y'all need to, I don't know what you're gonna do, but you need to stop that. So she shows them the video of Sharon and Tracy singing, and they were like, okay, so cut it down to a sample, put a hashtag on it, a couple hashtags, and let it go viral. And now it was like, don't do that to them. And it's just like, Naomi, get the people a little sample, a little taste of what they could do, and the people are gonna come running to them. Okay, calm down. Ain't nobody trying to mess up what they got. We just gonna get the people a little taste. Okay, can't give them the full entree, just a little sample. Okay, so Miss Anita, because Tracy and Sharon told Miss Anita about how they were talking to Chelsea about their friendships and everything, and she was like, I heard you, but it made me think of Barbara, and they were like, well, we need to mention Barbara and how she was original, articulate, and how she brought us all together and taught us how to use our voices together, which ultimately brought Dante Green to their door, and he cursed his name, tweet, tweet, tweet. Anyway, they talk about Barbara and the Dante Green, and Sharon and Tracy finally take some accountability in the sense of Dante is the one who wanted Barbara gone, And everybody went along with it, not just Miss Anita, but it was easier to blame Miss Anita than to actually take accountability for the parts that they played in it. But they miss Barbara. They want to celebrate her. They want to do their biggest one for her at this concert tonight. And I was like, oh my God, look at y'all taking accountability. And they apologized to Miss Anita for blaming her for everything. And Miss Anita was like, child is putting blame to go around. It's just like, yeah, everybody blame up in here. But not one person gets to, like, all the blame Miss Anita took over the years and put it on herself. Oh, that was abuse in its finest form. Just being honest, just being real. But I don't know what they're doing with little sabbatical, but they was listening and watching some of the Articulates videos, and it was like some of the moves they was pulling off is impressive. And they asked little sabbatical, "Can you pull these moves off?" And she was like, "I think so. Yes, no, And listen, Kat was the one to tell her, "Listen, if you fall flat on your face, she's still gonna love you. She's never gonna let you forget it, but she's still gonna love you. But can you do it?" And what's sabbatical was like, "I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. I swear I can do it." And they handed her a purse, and Chelsea was like, "It's time to intermingle, or time to bring together the generations of R&B and Gen Z and see what happened." And I guess Naomi's supposed to be the camera woman. Hello. I'm telling y'all now. I'm telling y'all now. Little tiny areas called Daddy Dupree over there to come get Smitty together. And Daddy Dupree was like, "Listen, there's some things we definitely need to talk about. Long overdue conversations and everything like that." And Smitty was like, "Yes, but right now it's not the time. This is Anita's night." And he says, "I've known her for a very long time, and I know what she wants, and I know like her wants and needs. And she wants you at her concert. She wants family to be there. It's exactly where Martin got it from. So hope to see you there." And Tidarius, and it was a special invitation all the way from the top. Hope to see you in front row with the family. Show up for your family, Smitty. Show up for your family, Smitty. You thought they hated you for kicking that man out the house, but they still love you, Smitty. And little Tidarius was like, "See, I told him the same thing. And since you got an invitation from the top, don't that mean you should show up?" I was like, "Tidarius, you're messy, but you my kind of messy." Now, Miss Anita had to tell the girls, okay, this so far is a really good episode. I'm almost done. Miss Anita set the girls down and told them about Jim Price wanting her to do a solo. And she was like, I brought it to y'all to take a vote like we always do. And it was like, so you haven't told him no yet? She was like, oh no, I told him no. Told him a strong no. Okay, told him no. It's about the articulates. Okay, point blank in the period. I ain't doing no goddamn solo. But Daddy Dupree said, I strongly advise that I run it by y'all first before, I told him, because like we're a group, we need to run these things by each other. But I don't want to do the thing that he suggested that broke the group up and busted up our friendship in the first place. So let's go ahead and take this vote. Let's go ahead and take this vote so we can say no and keep it pushing. Let's go ahead and take this vote so we can say no and keep it pushing. Let's go ahead, take this vote. And the girls are looking like they're not going to tell her no. And I feel like something bad is going to happen. Baby, that's why I love me some Daddy Dupree. Y'all ain't never gonna make me hate my sis. Okay, for the hating assholes in the back, y'all ain't never gonna make me hate Danny. Because Danny was like, listen, if you don't go, your grandmother is gonna eat your liver. And Nicole was like, stop bullying him. She was like, girl, ain't nobody bullying him. First of all, bullying works. It does. And she was like, listen, this is the grandmother who took you into her home and is allowing you to stay there for free. And she was like, he told her, well, I offered to pay her. She don't want your money. She wants your utter and total devotion to her. She don't want your money, honey. Okay? She don't want your money. This is the same woman who is saying, because Nicole had to put it out there, this is the same woman who sang at all your fundraisers that you ever asked her to sing at. This is the same woman who sang to you as a baby. All she wants you to do is be there. Well, there will be speculation. There's speculations on political blogs. What way to throw them off the scent if you sit in front and center at your grandmother's concert having a good old time? What other way than to throw them off your path than to do that? Okay, because you're going. And if she had to drag, listen, I believe if he had hair, Danny would snatch him up out of that new growth and drag him. No, Danny would snatch him and Nicole both up out of new growth and drag them down to that concert, kicking and screaming. Don't particularly care. And Tiberius is looking like he trying to. I don't think palm color people have new growth. I think Tiberius is gonna yoke Smitty up by the back of his neck, like grab the back of his neck fat, and he don't even have neck fat, but he gonna grab the back of his neck, or he gonna pick him up by the shirt, like you see the parents do the kids when the kids be trying to run away, and it's just like you doing too much, and they pick them up by the back of their shirt, and they just walking and carrying them. That's what Tiberius is about to do at this point when it comes to Smitty, because obviously y'all are doing too goddamn much. Y'all are doing too much. Too much, too much, too much, too much. But with that being said, we went through a long process. This was longer than it actually needed to be because the Wi-Fi was giving me a little problem. The waffle was acting up. And then also, Paramount Plus was also acting up. Y'all need to get y'all app in order. Y'all do. But this was a really good episode. I enjoyed it, like the moments with the quarrels and everything. Happy to see a few less people because I didn't need to listen to the BS or the Bolshevik. I wonder if Connect Ted is going to be at the concert. Now, that's a good question. But with that being said, I love everybody. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Hit those links in the description box down below. And if you live in Texas, be careful. They're gerrymandering. They are. They're trying to get rid of certain seats for, y'all rights. And I'll see y'all for the next one. Bye.